All right, so I'm joining here Coach Shaun Desouza, who needs no introduction, who is the head coach for Zimbabwe Junior Sables. Coach, compliments of the new season.
Compliments to you, and thanks for having me.
Thank you. So, Coach, we've been seeing you going right around the country, with your program, different provinces, grassroots to greatness program. Just shed a bit of light on that.
Yeah, the Nedbank Grassroots to Greatness program is an initiative that we came up with after our Cape Town conference with World Rugby when we were working on the Stronger for Longer program for the African countries' development pathways. So we came up with our Nedbank Grassroots to Greatness initiative, which gave us the opportunity to reach out to all our provinces across the country to see what gems are out there, any potential players that we could put into the high performance program and develop them from there.
And as you're going right around the provinces, what kind of a criteria were you following? What kind of a template were you following to make sure that you actually capture as much people as possible? Can you just shed a bit of light on that?
Okay, so what it was, the plan behind this was also to empower our provincial coaches, to give them insight, to give them opportunity to develop players from within their own systems. So players with coaches having their own relations within their provinces is what we were trying to capture. I think it worked well. From the holistic program we identified, it was about identifying any potential. It wasn't about picking up the cream yet. We just wanted to identify those that are 2005 and 2006 for this year's program and for next year's program. So it's a 2-year plan, which is why we then opened it up so wide. We selected 220 players. And then we cut it down to 110. So we're working with 110 players at the moment. We're about to have another gym session now with some of the Harare-based players. It's a fitness session, so just to assess where they are after the holiday, and then we build into the 2025 window.
So some of the takeaways and the benefits that comes out of such an initiative. Yes, we've seen some of your boys being picked up there to go and play for the Sevens, some of being picked up to go and play for the national team. But just looking at some of the benefits that we extract from such an initiative like that, what are some of those?
I think, yeah, you've just touched on the main one, where we create a depth pool for the senior Sables team and the Cheetahs team. Players get graduating to the senior setups, which is a bonus for our program. But there's more to it. It's not just about the players that make the final under-20 squad. The players that are in the high-performance program also get opportunities. A lot of guys have got university scholarships, have gone to the US, to the UK, to South Africa, on rugby scholarships through the program. So I think the program has done well and will do better.
Now, one of the biggest challenges is that when you said you had 200 and something at first and then you have cut them down to 110, the trimming program, how do you go about it?
Okay, so it was an open trial for across the country. So what it was just to identify from the guys that participated in the trials, we just identified the cream, and then from there we looked at positional criteria, so a positional based criteria. Obviously some guys in smaller provinces would be calling themselves props, but for the standard that we need for an under 20 junior Sable, the prop has to have a certain weight. So some of those by default sort of get themselves eliminated from that position. There's certain skill sets that we're looking at, attributes that we sort of identified for based on the positions that also helped us come up with this 110 man squad.
Okay, so you spoke about it's a 2-year program, but what's going to be the future of the grassroots to greatness program? Are you going to be seeing it maybe continuing after the 2-year schedule that you've just mentioned, or what's going to happen to it?
I think in essence we should call it a 2-year cycle. The cycle will be repeated every year, and the cycle will basically be looking at a junior Sables team and a high performance grassroots to greatness team, which will be 2 teams running concurrently, basically putting pressure on the junior Sable squad and giving the guys in the grassroots to greatness program an opportunity to develop and hopefully become junior Sables the following year.
Now, the Kenya came right here at our home and took up the cup from us, from these boys here. How hungry are they for this cup? this year?
I think it was a really a tough pill to swallow, losing that game at home after all the work that we had put in was definitely a hard blow for us. Initiating this program obviously was based on that result, and it helped us just dig deeper and try and get us more prepared mentally and physically.
So of these boys here, how many did you retain from the team that played last year? So far, how many are there that are still you're still having right now?
Okay, so from the squad that we had last year, we obviously, like I keep saying, we work on a 2-year cycle. We had put in a huge number of 2005s, which were under 19s, in the squad for 2024. Obviously, looking at the bigger picture coming into 2025, with the plans that we had put into place with the Junior World Trophy and trying to get ourselves to the championship. So it was part of the process, but the plan obviously was derailed by the loss at the Barts in the Barts final. But yeah, the plan still continues. We retain 19 players from that program, and that's our backbone that we have this year. So hopefully we build off those 19, add the rest of the players to make up the 35-man squad, and plus a 30-man squad Grassroots to Greatness team, which will give us a huge pool of 70 players that we've got to build and develop for the next 2 years. Hopefully we get to add some triangular series games with African countries, and hopefully we can get some game time against champion teams, hopefully SA Academy and the SA Under 20s, and possibly 1 or 2 teams that were in the junior trophy tier that would like to get some game time this year.
You've already tagged on what my next question was going to be like, but what are we going to be likely seeing this year in terms of your preparations, apart from just your sessions and maybe playing the senior teams or other teams? Are there maybe other teams that are going to be coming like out of Zimbabwe to give these guys a touch of what it is, to a feel of maybe some of the new players? What are we like going to be seeing in terms of your preparations this year?
Okay, so what we have on paper at the moment, we've got a Australian Barbarians, Outback Barbarians team coming in to play the Junior Sables on the 19th of March in Bulawayo. So we also get an opportunity to send the game to Bulawayo. We play that just before the Nedbank Rugby Challenge Cup as part of our preparations for that. We're currently in talks with the Sharks. They want to send the academy team down to Zim on a tour. So hopefully something can come up out of that. And then maybe when we go to SA and play the SA Academy Under 20s, we can play Western Province and possibly the SA Under 20 team as they prepare for the championship.
Very lastly, Shaun, what is your promise to the generality of Zimbabwean rugby fans out there regards this year's Bathurst tournament?
I think all we can say is the work is in progress. Watch the space.
Watch the space indeed. I've been chatting to Coach Shaun Desouza, the head coach of Zimbabwe Junior Sables. As you can see them that they are ready for their training right here at the country club, in Newlands Country Club. Thank you.